Okay, so we are live, and let me just turn on the light so I can greet you with so much love, as always. Hello. Well, I was having some difficulties, but all is well. How are you? I'm super happy to be together with you tonight. Um, we rearranged differently. Marian rearranged differently the our little cave. So it feels like a brand new space. And this space is meant to be like, yes, like a timeless space for you to experience something related to your essential being. Basically, that is the purpose of this space. For us in togetherness to get closer and closer to who we really are and to experience a life of love and joy and gratitude and bliss and to really come and bring that unique thing, that unique mission or missions that we are meant to bring into this life. So today's session, as you read, if you read in the invitation, was or is meant for us to revisit that moment during your childhood when you were feeling like not loved or not good enough or just like abandoned or unworthy to be loved. And I think this is a meditation that is so necessary for all of us because I don't know of a perfect childhood. I don't know of a person that never experienced something like scary or frightening or painful in his or her childhood. So we all, as part of our recordings from the past, we all are carrying certain experiences that were painful, that were frightening, that were just like negative, traumatic. So there is a moment in life when you are ready to revive that moment and to go back to that inner child to kind of heal, to transform that experience into a positive one, because it is only when we do that that we are freely like able to continue to evolve in our lives. So what I want to tell you also is if, for example, that experience that you had in your childhood is a deep trauma, then the recommendation is for you to do this kind of practice, which is called regression or going to your inner child with a clinician in a special session in which you can feel that holding and that support of a clinician. This is just a meditation, and it's going to be, the purpose is for it to be a very loving meditation for us to come to this moment in our childhood. And perhaps, there's not even a memory of yours. Perhaps, yes, there is like a constant or a painful emotion that sometimes you feel, that could be sadness or feeling like not good enough or not worthy to be loved or something like that. But there is not like a precise or an exact memory for that. So probably you experienced something when you were a little baby, and you were not feeling as a baby like the holding of a loving mother in that moment, and you were feeling like so scared and hungry. And so there are like so many moments that really leave like yes, a memory, an experience, an emotion that later on we continue to experience in life. So today's meditation is meant for us to go back to that child, to that baby, and to let him or her feel all the love that is there for him or for her, which is your presence, your support as a person that you are right now. So it's a very interesting and symbolic way to go to that part of yourself which is feeling or needing this love and support. So that is the purpose of today's session. And this is mostly based on a psychologist called Donald Winnicott, which he would mention the term to freeze. He would say that the mind always gives us like the opportunity whenever there is an experience of failure in the environment or a painful experience that we were living as we were a little kid or a child, there is always this mechanism of the mind that would freeze that experience of failure, that painful experience, or that frightening experience, with the hopes that later on, we would be able to revisit that same experience and then transform it into a positive one. So it is based on that. When I myself experienced this meditation for the first time, it was so beautiful and so healing, and it was until then that I understood where all these emotions were coming from. And most of all, or the most important thing, was to learn that there was this way like to heal that. So this is the reason why I want to share this with you, and I hope you're ready for a beautiful meditation. I would like to share with you that today I have new sounds. So for all of you, the ones that are visiting this session through Instagram, you can see only one gong. But if you are seeing it through Facebook, you can see 3 gongs, 3 large gongs, and there are like several bells, 3 bells, some other gongs, whirling gongs, some chimes, some singing bowls, and all of these beautiful instruments are meant to give us this soundscape, this bubble of sound for you to flow and to feel that connection with love. So this is going to be the experience for today. So we're going to do this meditation. All you have to do is close your eyes and follow my suggestions. And then with the sound, this experience of love and connection is going to be amplified. That is the purpose of this meditation. So if you are super, super ready, let's begin to do the meditation. And if there is people there in your house, just let them know not to interrupt you. You're going to do a meditation, or if they want to join you, that would be so nice, so perfect. If you have headphones and you want to use them, that is wonderful, because then you're going to have like a very pure acoustic experience. But if you don't have headphones and there are sounds in the environment, just try to integrate all of those sounds, because everything is part of life and we can adapt to anything. So yes, let's begin. And yes, I think that is all. I think today's session is meant to be more like the experience of the meditation and the sound. And for you to know that you are going to give yourself that support, that love, that certainty that all is well. Because as we know, all these feelings of sadness or fear or anxiety, generally those are emotions that are coming from the past, when you were this little child and you were feeling like that something horrible could happen to you. But now is different. You as an adult can heal those emotions from the past for you to fully experience life in a peaceful, in a harmonious way, in a creative way. So let's do it together. I am going to turn off the light, and we'll ask you just to allow yourself to completely relax and to have a different experience. This is a very different experience, but for you to be open to that experience, because it's just a positive one, a very loving one. So just close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And just listen to the sound. As you allow yourself to completely relax. Imagine that this is a time or a space with no time. Imagine that nothing exists outside but just your inner universe, which you are about to explore in the most loving way. So take another deep breath. Relax your feet and your legs. Relax your hips and your abdomen. Relax your chest as you take another deep breath and you expand your chest with the awareness that you are breathing life. Breathe life. This beautiful energy of life, which is of love and harmony, as you can see and witness in nature. It is just this energy of perfection and beauty, harmony, love, connection, constant renewal. So breathe it, breathe life, and relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Imagine that you are letting go all that heavy weight that you have been carrying with yourself on your shoulders, and that doesn't belong to you, to your bright and beautiful being. So just let it go, let it go. Take a deep breath and begin to feel lighter. Relax your arms and your hands, your fingers. Relax your face, your eyelids, your forehead, knowing and feeling that all is well, because life is wisdom. Life always carries a perfect sequence to teach you things. So allow yourself to completely relax and allow those thoughts just to go. Imagine as if they were clouds, and as they come, you let them go. Let them go. And now imagine yourself, visualize yourself as if you were this beautiful eagle, just flying, enjoying, and feeling so safe, so safe. You can feel a soft wind in your wings, and you begin to fly down into different levels of relaxation. So from level 5 you go down to level 4. You take a deep breath in and you allow yourself to relax more. And then you go down to level 3. And with that exhalation, you allow yourself to deeply relax. You let go any tension that may be in your body. And then from level 3 you go down to level 2. And you visualize this wave of relaxing energy entering from the top of your head, going through your body. And it's so pleasant, so relaxing, so healing. And then you go down to level 1. And you are there in the peace of the depths, in the silence within yourself. Take another deep breath And now I will ask you to remember that moment when you were a little child, or perhaps a baby, in which you were feeling like not loved, or perhaps abandoned, scared. Something was happening in the environment, and you were feeling that emotion that you constantly feel, which is a painful emotion. So I will ask you to visualize that scene when you were feeling that emotion. Try to remember and visualize all the details, colors, textures, what was happening. How were you feeling? And be the observer of that scene. And you can see the child, perhaps crying. You can see the baby, perhaps crying. Observe it. And now you enter into the scene exactly the way you are right now. And gently you approach the baby or the child, and with your peaceful and loving presence, you let him or her know that you are there to give all that love and support and certainty that all is going to be well. The problem was that nobody explained to her, to him, what was going on. But right now you are there with all the most loving presence, infinite support, and clear certainty that all is going to be well. And you give a very tender caress to that baby, a very loving hug to that child, which expresses all that love and all that supportive presence. And you feel all that love. Feel it in your heart and surrounding you. That love in your heart is expanding more and more. And now it is surrounding both of you in a very safe environment, in a very loving one, and you can feel it. Now the baby and the child can feel it, can feel this deep peace, love, and certainty that all is well, and that you let him know, let her know that you will always be there with all your love, with all your support. once the child is peaceful, without words, you let him, her know that you will be back any moment, whenever he or she needs it. And you go out of that scene. And now, you just continue to feel and to extend this emotion of love as you flow with the sound of the gongs. Just feel the love. Just feel it. eyes closed. Just continue like that for a little moment, allowing yourself to come back, to bring your awareness back to this present moment, to a healthy body, to a new life. Take a deep breath and just expand your chest, flowing with life, receiving life, breathing life, renewing yourself with every new breath you take. So breathe deeply, harmoniously, and feel that love within yourself, the gratitude of being alive, and the joy of having this precious, precious life, your biggest opportunity. So if you want, you can begin to move your fingers and your toes. You can stretch your arms and your legs as when you wake up in the morning. And just give yourself a loving welcome. This beautiful welcome to your new life. And whenever you feel ready, just open your eyes. I'm going to turn on the light just to share some other words. I can see that there are some friends there. I hope you're still there. I see Lula and I see Marian. And well, today's session was a very special one. A very, very special one. To begin with, this whole little place, little cave was like completely renewed. And then when I was trying to begin the session, something was happening technically. So there were some issues, but we overcame those. And we are here in togetherness. Lula, it's always so wonderful. She's my most beautiful friend. She's a chef, one of the best chefs in Mexico. So for all of you who are like interested in just experiencing a beautiful and delicious gastronomy, you can always find Lula, Martin del Campo Lula Chef. She is a very loved friend of mine. And very, very soon we will be presenting a live session together, so I will let you know. Yes. And well, I hope you were able to do this meditation. If you were not, I would invite you, I would encourage you to do it by your own, in your meditations. Always, for example, what serves a lot to me is just to go symbolically to the moment of my birth and just to receive that precious baby, to let you know, to let that inner child know how loved she is, how loved he is, how unique he is, and how important is his or her presence in this life. Because it is exactly in that dimension in time, when you were a little child, when you experienced that emotion, when you had that experience, that painful or frightening experience, what created all these emotions that you are still feeling once and again and again and again. So it is very important to go to the root of the event, to go back to that moment. And I resonate a lot with Donald Winnicott. I myself have applied this kind of session or regression to some clients, to myself in my meditations, and you cannot imagine how healing it is when it's well done. So I invite you to do it, to try it, just to go and visit that moment in your childhood where you were feeling that loneliness, that sadness, that sense of not being loved or of being abandoned, and just to go back with that child and to let him and her know that, no, you are there with him or her to stay forever, whenever she or he needs. Because at the end we have somewhere in our mind that inner child interjected, as well as we have all these memories and emotions. So yes, to do that kind of practice is always so good, and it is so profound. The change is real and is sustained. So yes, try it, and If you would like to explore and see more or different meditations with different themes, I invite you to, yes, to look out, because we have been like sharing several by now. And there are some, for example, there is a channel, a complete channel, not only with these kind of meditations with amplified, with the sound of the gongs, which is beautiful, but there are some other practices like life coaching sessions, mindfulness practices, visualizations in nature that you can always use as a wonderful way to transform your life and to retrain that part of your mind which is holding or carrying painful emotions. It is so important to go to that part of the mind, the unconscious mind, because if we don't install like the new programs that are going to allow us to evolve in life, then it is going to continue to be like challenging at times. So it is very important to go to that place where your, yes, essential being is, for you to create and to visualize and to transform and to heal and to do all these deep changes. The unconscious mind, it is exactly that part of your mind where you can create the changes. Because sometimes we believe that changes, I'm going to apply them outside of myself, no? I am going to change this person and this other for me to feel happy and to be super happy. No, it is on the contrary. It is the change I need to do it and to generate it within myself. And that is the best way. Don Miguel Ruiz would say that he would, I like very much talk that he shares, in which he begins asking, please help me to change the world. And he referred to that. When you are able to change yourself, that inner part of yourself, which carries painful emotions and memories and all of that, when you are able to quiet all these voices in your unconscious mind, which are always telling you, no, you are not good enough, and all of that, which he calls the mitote, when you do that, then your complete world, the world changes. So yes, I encourage you to practice meditation, to practice visualizations, to practice just to really repeat positive affirmations about yourself, about life, about, yes, everything. Because at the end, you know, all the negative thoughts are not true. It's just like something that is so against life and evolution. So we need to transform all these negative thinking and negative thoughts for positive ones, loving ones, those who really are resonant with life and evolution and growth. So yes, I'm Gaby de la Mora. Thank you so much for being here with me. And yes, I always enjoy so much to do this and to share these tools with you. Sometimes I get a little nervous. Sometimes there are like challenging moments like today's at the beginning, but it's all part of life, and it's beautiful and wonderful to be able to share that. So thank you so much, and I will end this session for today. I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday in the session in English and next Monday in the session in Spanish. Thank you very much.